What's going on, y'all? This is your super awesome friend Puma. You're at Art to Ink Studios, and we're on Team Focus Radio with my man So Focus.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Team Focus Radio. I'm your host, So Focus. Right now we're at Art to Ink with the one and only Puma. What's going on to my brother?
I'm good, my brother. How you?
First, chilling, man. Thanks for having me come in, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you here, man. Appreciate you coming.
Definitely. So jump to these questions real fast. Okay. So first of all, where you from?
Originally I'm from the Bronx, man. Shout out to the whole BX, man. Fordham Road. You already know.
All right. So what would you say your experience is growing up in the BX?
I grew up in the greatest era of all time, man. I grew up in the 90s, man. I'm born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, so I got to watch everything get created, like what we are now, what we're seeing, like the creation of it, the internet, you know what I mean? I remember AOL dial-up and just going from there to smartphones and hip-hop, seeing Big Pun in front of a Music Factory, to now having A$AP Rocky and people like that pull up, you know what I mean? It's like hip-hop and just seeing what it became. It's dope.
I think the first time I saw you on TV was obviously Black Ink.
Yeah.
So who idea was it to say, let's take a tattoo shop and turn it into a reality show?
Well, you know what's so funny is back, no bullshit, back in the day in the Bronx. You remember when the blackout happened in New York City?
Yeah.
I was trying to film a reality show back then, and that happened, and I literally filmed it like on a little camcorder. Like, I had that thought in my brain, you know what I mean? And it was something that I knew was going to happen sooner or later in my head.
Yeah.
And randomly some guy came into Black Ink back in the day and was like, you guys should be on TV, and I'm going to make a TV show about y'all. And we looked at him like he was fucking crazy. I don't know if I can curse or not.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We looked at him like he was fucking crazy and shit. Like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah.
And he kept coming back like, yeah, there's a bidding war for y'all show. We're like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Like, when you got the money, we'll believe you.
Yeah.
And now it's in like its freaking 7th or 8th season and some shit like that. So it's kind of crazy.
So how weird is it now walking around like New York and being noticed with people? Like, how do you react to that?
Man, that's regular shit, bro. I was always popular, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a real New Yorker, so that's regular shit. Like, I don't really take it too crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes people do invade the space now because, you know, with the smartphones and social media, everybody wants their picture, you know what I mean? They're trying to get them likes.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes that has its moments, you know what I mean? Fucks with your mental. Because, you know what I mean? Having total strangers just run up on you and grab you and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But rather than that, it's regular shit, bro.
So what would you say, what are the pros and cons of being on reality television?
Pros, you get to meet a lot of random people and get a lot of different opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah.
And being able to go places that you never in your life thought you would be able to go. The cons, privacy. You know what I mean? Privacy is pretty lost. You know what I mean? Like, people know you. You know what I'm saying? And like, it doesn't matter where you go, somebody knows you. So, privacy. You know what I mean? Having to be able to just be able to chill in public spaces sometimes without somebody just being overly aggressive and invading your space.
Definitely.
Word.
So having this tattoo shop, like, how do you think this tattoo shop is different from everybody else's?
It's called The Vibe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it different, bro. It's a certain vibe that we have. Like, even all the employees, man. And like, it took a while to get the correct group. It felt like almost like the Cavs team from like last year, where like you have a bunch of players and then you trade a bunch of players and then a whole new team comes in, and it's the perfect match of people. You know what I mean? The perfect match of human beings that can get along with people who click with each other, and it's not like horrible energy in here. Everybody gets along, so the energy is always like super positive when people come in. You know what I'm saying?
So I have to congratulate you because you also have a son soon, right?
Yeah, man. I'm officially done with the child thing. You know what I mean? I got my girl, I got my boy. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
thank you.
Yeah, definitely congratulations again. So having your daughter first, right?
Yes.
How has having a daughter kind of motivate your career more and push you? Is there any kind of drive to it?
Yeah. I mean, of course, because you know what I mean. You got to make sure you don't disappoint somebody, but at the same time, it's like I used to be like a really rebellious person, like, you know what I mean, living on the edge type.
Right.
But now I have like I have somebody I have to get home to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it curbs a lot of things that I used to do because I'm start thinking about her. Like I have to make sure that I get home to her and that I'm on point. So it makes you a little bit more responsible.
Right. I also saw it on the show. Was it Marriage Boot Camp?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole Marriage Boot Camp team. That was a really awesome experience.
What made you decide to go on the show?
Well, one, marriage is hard. I don't want nobody to tell you that shit is easy, because that shit is rough. You know what I'm saying? As you see with Cardi B and Offset, you know what I mean? Not everybody lasts, you know what I'm saying? So that shit is, it's hard. And at that moment, I was going through a rough patch and they just happened to call. So to have somebody be able to give you good advice and kind of get paid for it, shit, it's the best of both worlds, baby. And it was a good experience, in all honesty, because I've learned some stuff from that. You know what I mean? Like they're actual doctors there that do talk to you, and you meet other people too. Like me and Paulie D. Shout out to my man Paulie D. You know what I'm saying? Like we clicked there. Mama D, super cool. You know what I'm saying? My man Win. You know what I mean? He was on the show. That's my guy. So you end up meeting people, gaining new friends, learning something, and that California sun was just amazing. You know what I mean? I miss California.
Let's talk about a little bit about your book, though. Because you had a book that came out a while ago.
Yes.
So what was the concept of your book? Can you let everybody know out there what your book was about?
Well, it goes back to a question you originally asked about my daughter.
Correct.
That was, I'm going to say, around that time when I started doing the book, I had lost two people in my life. Like they both died from overdoses, and it was just really random to see because they were just hashtags, and like I felt like nobody. It was just like stories that people knew, but nobody really knew them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially one of them, he was just a nickname, Ease. You know what I mean? My man Ease, man, R.I.P. And it was like he was just a hashtag in stories, but nobody knew probably him.
Right.
So at that time, I was just thinking like, let me write my story, so just in case, God forbid, something happens to me, at least my daughter has my words, my story, so she'll know who I was, rather than a bunch of hashtags and video clips from a TV show. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Work.
So what advice would you give somebody that's trying to be in your shoes right now?
Get a lawyer. One. Two.
Fact.
Right. Two. Have confidence in yourself, you know what I mean, and be ready. That's the main thing, because as much as what people see on social media and think they want that fame and that attention, once you get that attention, you got to be ready for it, you know what I mean? I just seen something about Willow Smith when she came out with Whip Your Hair, and the attention and what it did to her, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know she went through depression and all that, and people would think, oh my God, you're being successful, you should be happy. No, you gotta understand, you're dealing with a lot of humans, a lot of energy suckers, you know what I mean? Like people who just want you because you got that glow, and they all just want a piece of it. You gotta really be prepared for that to maintain your aura, you know what I mean?
But you're kind of doing the same thing in the sense of, you sound like Will Smith had his kids on TV.
Yeah.
You're kind of putting your daughter on TV.
Yeah, well, you know what? The main thing about that was just to show family. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in the black family television show era. You know what I mean? And I feel like with reality TV at that time, we were just seeing a lot of baby mama drama and single fathers, single mothers, and single fathers, all that crazy shit. So I wanted to just show like a regular person doing the regular shit, you know what I mean, going through the regular everyday struggles of being a family person. So you know what I mean, that's what I really was going for. I don't know, like as my daughter is getting older, she's really into like YouTube kids. Like so it's up to her where she wants to go. I don't want to be like forcing my kid into it, and you know, that's not what they really want, you know. I'd rather see what she wants to grow into, you know.
So where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Whew, that's a question I've been asking myself lately, my friend. In all honesty, it's like I have these thoughts of what I want to do. I want to do stand-up comedy, you know what I mean? Like, that's something I've been thinking about, you know. It's, I've done it before, and it's something fun when you can make a group of people laugh. Something that I personally like, you know what I mean? Like, to give somebody a moment of laughter, and you never know who that person is or what they may be going through that day.
Yeah.
But just to say a good joke and make them laugh, you know, that shit makes me feel good. And I want to create entertainment. I wanted to get into writing and you know, creating concept shows. You know what I mean? Like I see what a lot of people watch and what people are into, and there's some great stories. Me being a New York City kid, like stuff that people would love to hear about. I know would be great visually, and that's pretty much where I want to take it maybe next 5 years. That's where it's at.
You know, when people watch television to kind of create this perception of how somebody is without actually knowing them.
Yeah.
So is there anything out there you want people to know about you, or without looking at TV, just who you are?
I feel like people think I'm a problem starter. Like I'm some like I cause issues, and they have no clue that I'm like really not that person. You know what I mean? Like I'm super chilled. I like to like relax and read comic books and play video games and watch random movies and shit. And I feel like that's the energy that sometimes with reality TV gives off. Sometimes that they feel. Sometimes the negative image is more entertaining, and I just don't want people to always think that I'm like a negative human. Like I'm actually a, peace-loving human being.
Definitely.
Work.
So for everybody out there, how can I get in contact with you on social media?
Puma213 on all platforms. Once you put the name Puma in, it's pretty simple to find me. You know what I mean? I'm verified and all that hot stuff. And Art to Ink Studios, where we're at right now, you can definitely follow that on the Instagram and arttoinkstudios.com. That's the website. Facebook, Art to Ink Studios. We're on 135th and 7th Avenue, right across the street from the IHOP. You can't miss us. Pull up. Shout out to my man Mike over here. Shout out to Sassy. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're in the building.
Definitely. Make sure you log on at So Focus Life on social media.
Yeah.
And this interview is coming out on SoFocusMedia.com. Make sure you check that out as well.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me, man.
Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, man.
Definitely,
Thank you.
Definitely. Y'all at T-Focus Radio.
Yo, So Focus!
Originally, I was like, who is that? What are they doing? Whatever. And then I went on and saw some of your work and I liked it. So I was like, yeah, let's do it.
If you don't show that you're hungry, nobody's gonna give you an opportunity.
Just do what you're doing and be good at what you do. And if it's that great, the greats will notice you.
It's all about team focus. I'm with my G, So Focused.
You locked in with Team Focus Radio.
Team Focus Radio. Team Focus Radio.
Team Focus Radio with my boy, So Focused.
We're so focused.
With my boy, So Focused. Get focused, y'all.
SoFocusMedia.com